Hello viewers there, this is Esther James from Ntr Tv and I will be your host for today on Face to Face. Face to Face is a program that brings to you just for you to know more information about the educational system in Turkey. Sometimes we bring into the tourism aspect of Turkey, and for today I am having a wonderful student from the Atılım University. Atılım University is a private university here in Ankara, Turkey. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, as our special guest, he is by the name Mohammed Amir Musa, an electronic engineer, and is currently a student of Master of Science in Electronical Engineering on a full scholarship. For those of you who really wants to come and study in Turkey, thinking about the scholarship aspect, don't go anywhere, because he will tell us how he got this wonderful opportunity. He's originally from Pakistan, and this scholarship was awarded by him. So don't go anywhere. Let's get to hear from Mr. Mohammed Musa. Welcome to Face to Face, sir.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much. I can see from your bio here, your master degree in Atılım University, you're awarded for scholarship.
Yes.
Before we go into that, please could you further explain to our viewers? I know you, but our viewers need to know who you are. If you can tell us more about yourself.
Well, before the commencement of my answer, I will like to humbly gratitude for you to inviting me at Ntr Tv.
Thank you.
My name is Mohammed Amir Musa and I am a native of Pakistan. And specifically speaking, I am from Lahore, which is one of the 96 cities and it is one of the most historical city in my country.
Wow.
Which is enriched with the cultural heritage of subcontinent. And I completed my bachelor's from a government engineering university in Pakistan, which is one of the best in my country.
Wow.
And I completed my electronic engineering with a distinction. I always had a desire to pursue for my specialization studies, and I applied for the full scholarships here and there in different countries of the world. Atılım University awarded me the full scholarship, and then I decided, because the culture of Turkey is very much close to my country, so I decided to pursue for my master's degree in Atılım University.
Wow.
Being an electronic engineer, I got this opportunity, and for this opportunity was a turnover in my life, and I believe that my decision was 100% perfectly fit into the complete and entire scenario, and I'm extremely happy to be here.
You sound very, very smart, and from what you have said so far, you have done your homework a lot for you to find yourself, which is amazing. It also means that you deserve it and you earned it. But as you mentioned, you said you applied to other countries, not just Turkey. Why did you choose to come for or to accept the one in Turkey? Yes, it's close to your culture, but at the same time, maybe you had another special interest, or maybe it's better than the other scholarships.
Choosing Turkey had a couple of reasons that were reminiscently, retrospectively in my mind. And those reasons are, for example, a lot of seniors of my university, which are still in touch with me by the electronic sources like Facebook, etc.
Yeah.
Right now, they are doing their doctoral educations in Ivy Leagues in various countries of the world on a fully funded scholarship. And the stipend that they are getting is sufficient enough to survive with the family as well. And they all depicted a very positive image of Turkey, and especially Atılım University. I chose Atılım University because a very close friend of mine, who was a senior in Pakistan in the engineering university from which I completed my bachelor's, he also did his master's from 100 scholarship from Atılım, and right now he is doing his PhD from United States on a fully funded scholarship.
That's awesome.
So he depicted a very, very positive image of Atılım on me. And secondly, he told me that Atılım is the best place where you can enrich your abilities. You can not only enrich your abilities, you can believe to become and to achieve. As if you want to be an achiever, first of all, you need to be a believer.
Yeah.
So he depicted a very, very positive image that made my mind inclined towards the Atalam University, and then I decided to accept this opportunity, disregarding the full scholarships from other countries as well. And I'm very much happy, and I'm extremely delighted with the decision I took at that time.
I'm very sure they are also delighted for giving you that award as well. So when did you come to Turkey?
The first day I landed at Turkey, that is struck in my memory, and it's a very concomitant part of my memory. It was 21st September 2020. That was the first day when I landed from Islamabad to Ankara, because from Islamabad to Ankara we have a direct flight of Pakistan International Airlines comprising of only 5 hours. So
you didn't pass through Istanbul. You just gone straight to Ankara.
I didn't pass through Istanbul because it was not from the Turkish Airlines. It was from Pakistan Airlines.
Okay.
So they had a direct flight from Islamabad to Ankara. So it took only 5 hours to reach from Pakistan to Turkey, and 21st September 2020 was the first day that I arrived in Turkey for the first time in my life.
For the first time. How was it when you arrived? What was your experience like? Was it what you expected? Or?
It was a very hospitable experience.
Yeah.
The day, the time, the stint, the moment I landed at the airport, the people in their native language, and some of them in English as well, were welcoming me. They were giving a very warm welcome.
Wow.
They were giving a very positive gratitude.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I felt very much esteemed.
Yeah.
I felt very much happy. I felt extremely influenced with all the emotion that the people, I got a reflection that the people over here are extremely hospitable and cooperative.
Yeah. So how did you, the language, I have interviewed a lot of foreigners, especially students, like when I asked them, I said, how did you fit into the language when you first came, knowing that, okay, you speak a different language and English, and then before you meet the people who are speaking English, you must have met with at least like 5, 10 Turks. How did you, how was the experience for that?
Language barrier is a problem in Turkey. That's, I completely understand.
Yeah.
And Turkey is a bit unique in this sense. But learning a new language is not something that is extremely difficult. It is a bit challenging. And that is completely obvious that if any person wants to learn a language, he requires at least 4 to 5 years to become fully proficient in that language.
I agree with you.
But one thing that I have observed, that the Turkish people, for example, whenever I go out for shopping, at that time, because I came to Turkey 1.5 years ago, and now I can use this in order to pursue for my daily routines. But at that time, there I were 1.5 years back, and that time, even if I make a huge mistakes in this language, the people understood, and they knew that he is not the native of this country and he has recently arrived.
Yeah.
And they had no problem with that, and with my accent, with the vocabulary, and they were extremely helpful, they were extremely guideful, and they were extremely eminent in helping me towards the daily pursuits.
Yeah, about that helping part of it is one thing I can personally say, that the Turkish people don't know how to say no. When you're asking for direction, a Turkish man will prefer to ask 10 people just to get the direction you need. But when you ask someone on the street, they say, do you know this? Even with the language barrier, they don't speak the English, they will look for someone.
Yes, definitely.
They would never tell you no. They rather explain you the wrong direction.
That's
so
the
that
thing that
really,
I have experienced
it's wonderful. It's wonderful, in especially that aspect of the Turkish people, that one. So how would you say the food, the meal, did it connect? Did you find it difficult to fit into the dishes and all that?
No prizes for guessing that the food is extremely delicious.
Which is your favorite?
Well, if it would have been a single one, I would have named it. But to be very much common and precisely speaking, not even a single one is one that I don't like. I like all of them, and that's the problem, that I'm getting weight as well. Most of the community, because our country and the neighboring country, these two countries of subcontinent, Pakistan and India, they have a strong community outside. And in our countries, there is a culture that whenever a person goes out, he loses his weight. But in my case, it is becoming opposite. I am gaining weight. Because I cannot help myself to restrict and abstain from the food.
From the food,
Every food is totally delicious, and to be very honest, naming a single one,
It's so difficult.
It's so difficult, even difficult than the engineering study.
I guess you're gonna eat a lot of it. You're gonna eat a lot of that. My favorite, actually, when I came, I think the most strangest food I experienced as an African woman, whereby our culture isn't that so close. When I saw Iskander, oh my God, I was like, how could you have a yogurt, meat, sauce, bread in the same plate? So when I ate that, when I saw that food, I was like, no, when I eat that food, it's just gonna affect my stomach. You understand? But a friend of mine told me, Esther, just try it. It's really nice. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. I love trying new things. So when I tried it, it's exploded on my mind. I was like, whoa, this food, I'm definitely going to learn these Turkish people. I need to understand their food. I want to eat it and enjoy it. So that was it. Now, you made mention of your friend told you about Atlim University. Before your friend, did you see Atlim University on social media, TV, or did you have any more information about it before he told you?
I started shortlisting the countries and universities for my master's program when I was in the final year of my bachelor studies. Before that, I had no clue about most of the universities in the world, except the very much famous and renowned universities. So, to be very honest, before that, I had I didn't knew about the Atlam University.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, 2 of my seniors have completed their masters over here. One is right now doing PhD in States, and one is in Canada doing PhD. Both of them are there on a fully funded scholarship.
Yeah.
So both of them recommended me that Atlam University is one of the best you can find in Asia for your master's degree. And if you are lucky enough to get a full scholarship over there, forget about other options, and you will get a very wonderful chance to ameliorate your knowledge, develop certain abilities that will not only make you capable to excel through thick and thin of life, but they will become that part of your personality that you will be capable to click everything in just a tic-tac-toe.
So talking about the scholarship aspect, of course you apply for it. How can you tell our viewers who are Africans and really want to have this full scholarship? Atlam University is a private university,
I completely
which
understand.
we know is sometimes the finances is the major problem for international students. How was the process for you, the admission process? What is your advice on that? How can they go about it? Do you think it was easy, or the process? I just want to know how you did that.
Gaining a full scholarship at Atlam University is not a piece of cake. It's an extremely hard nut to crack, which means that it is one of a very difficult task to be accomplished. Talking specifically about my case, I had 5 certain documents that I was sure that I will get a fully funded scholarship. My bachelor's transcript was a good transcript with a very good GPA. Number 2, I had completed my international internship on a fully funded scholarship of Pakistan Engineering Council from China, Shanghai, in Huawei Technologies. Number 3, my English proficiency. Since Atlam University's engineering program is 100% English, so my IELTS score was so high, and I am as proficient as a native user in English, and my IELTS, my English proficiency, etc., was a very good impression for me to accomplish this full scholarship.
Yeah.
4th one is my additional documents. My letter of recommendation from my bachelor's teachers were very good, and they were extremely happy with my performance, and they wrote extremely good letter of recommendations. And the 5th one is my international examination, my entire CV, etc., and all the essentials things that are required to be to implement a very positive impression of yours in front of the decision making committee. So I believe these 5 things were present in my case that made me capable enough to win this full scholarship. But generally speaking, keeping all the students in contact and in shape, the scenario can be depicted in a way that good GPA, English proficiency result, and your good certificates and your CV. CV means that all the essential skills that you are familiar with. For example, if you are familiar with additional softwares which can be extremely useful and beneficial in your practical life as an engineer. And similarly, if you have certain certifications and your co-curricular skills. For example, if you are an athlete, or you are an English debater, or anything that can produce and generate a very positive impression of yours in front of the decision committee panel.
Yeah.
So all things should be mentioned over there. All documentation should be uploaded while you are uploading the documents for your admission. And then you will be capable, even if you do not get 100% scholarship, you will be capable of getting a very high percentage of scholarship.
Yeah, we're talking about the scholarship. What are the things that are involved in? Is it the fees, the accommodation, and all that? What are the...
According to the policy of Atlam University, the 100% scholarship means your entire education will be free of cost. All right, but in certain cases, they give stipend to the students, because now recently our director was telling us that we are implementing this thing, that we are giving stipend to the student, so they can bear their literally a small amount of the residential charges, so they don't have the mountain of the hurdles even if they have a full scholarship, because Atlam University needs to promote the talent. And one thing, before proceeding any further, I will like to enunciate that institutes are not characterized by the facilities they provide. Institutes are characterized by the alumni they have. That what are the graduates of those institutes doing?
Yeah.
Today, MIT, Stanford, Cambridge, and Oxford are not recognized by the services they provide. They are recognized by the esteem the graduates have. That the graduate of that university is currently the CEO of that multinational. The graduate of that is currently this. He's an entrepreneur. He's doing this. So in order to promote talent, Atlam University is making a very fundamental and imperative step to give funding to those students who are extremely talented. So the other expenditures are covered from that stipend. And I believe it is a very good step, and it is a very beneficial step for all the students who want to prevail and opportunity over here, and who are extremely deserving and talented.
I must say that Atlam University have done a good job on you, because you're really promoting Atlam University.
Thank you so
and I'm
much
sure that our viewers out there, they will be able to look and listen to the information needed and buckle up your belts, because you need to be at your top notch to get a full scholarship with Atlam University, because it's actually worth it. Thank you.
And it's extremely competitive as well.
It's very competitive. I had a student where they came to apply for medical in Atlam University, and I know how it was, she got it, not full scholarship, but and the process was easy, I could say. Except for the scholarship, you will really have to be on your top notch to get that.
No prizes for guessing that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. We're going to the commercial break, and we'll be right back, where I would love to ask you some particular information which concerns about your mindset. I'm kind of very curious, because for someone who has achieved so much like this, your target is so high. It didn't just started from degree. It feels like it started since when you're very young. There's a very great focus in you.
Exactly.
It must be influenced probably from family,
Definitely,
from your background. I'm willing to hear about that.
Definitely,
after our
certainly.
commercial break. Hey viewers, don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with Mr. Mohammed Amir Musa, and he will be able to tell us, as those of you who didn't go anywhere, you could listen and feel his intellectual into this interview. You would know that he did his homework well. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned as we go on a commercial break. We'll be right back. Hello there, and welcome back to the second segment on Face to Face. Face to Face brought to you by Ntr TV, and I'm still Esther James, bringing to you Mr. Mohammed Amir Musa, who is a bachelor degree masters.
Masters.
No, who is doing his masters? How could I even bring him down to degree again? He's doing his masters in Atlam University with a wonderful background in his education. Very, very intellectual. My mind is blowing right here, I'm telling you. And he's been telling us how he got his scholarship with Atlam University, what you need to have to get that position in Atlam University. If you don't know about Atlam University, you should go online and check this wonderful school. And it's been a wonderful moment with him. As we were talking before, he was telling us how he got to hear about it, how the scholarship went, what he was doing, the document he had that qualified him to have this scholarship in this wonderful university. And now, back to you, sir, and thank you so much for staying with us in the studio in the second segment.
Thank you
How
so much.
do
The
you
pleasure
feel?
is all mine.
Thank you so much. Before we went on the commercial break, you told us about the scholarship and all that. But now I would like you, can you please best describe the university as an international student? How can you describe Atlam University as an international
Miss Esther, well, if I have to describe the university, I can only describe it in just a couple of sentences before giving a description of those sentences. And those sentences are, it's a place where you can feel like going a Monte Carlo. It's a place where you can enrich your abilities and personality. You can play, it's a place where you can interact with the multicultural ambience, with the faculty. I believe one of the best in Turkey. If I specifically speak about engineering department, and you can gain from their mellifluous knowledge. You can, besides education and academics, you can learn from the experiences of the practical life, because some of them have completed their doctoral education overseas. You can get education and information that what criteria is need to be matched if you want to pursue for an even better university ranking scholarship. So it's the best place. If I need to describe it, I will say that it's a place where you can study like a nerd.
Yeah,
You can enjoy like a rock star.
I love that.
You can interact like a foreigner. You can eat like a dump, and you can live like a king.
Yeah.
So all these four sentences are amicable enough to express the ambience and environment of Atlam University.
University.
It's one of the best in Turkey you can find.
Wow. You are in the computer engineering.
My
electronic,
field is close to computer engineering, but actually I'm an electronic engineer.
Electronic
But
engineer.
my research and my future scope is in computer engineering.
So I'm sure you must have come across other international students who are in other departments.
A lot,
A lot of
innumerable.
them. Would you say that you also have this benefit that you have seen in your own department?
Well, to be very honest, at the beginning, we were all the same. But as soon as the competition starts, those students will be distinguished from those who produce good results. Good result producers will be at the top, and then descending from the top till depending upon the quality and the result and the productivity that you have enunciated. So the things are flawless, the things are fearless, the things are discriminative-less. There is no discrimination.
Yeah.
Every criteria is comfortable, and it is equal to all. Opportunities are equal to everyone, and now it's the responsibility of a student whether he wants to pursue and to what extent he or she wants to pursue during the time tenure of his stay in Al-Talam University as a student. This time never comes back in your life, and this is the time that you can work hard and you can achieve the best for your futuristic plans and endeavors.
Yeah, I could say that it means there's so much into the reading aspect of it and all that. Let's balance a little bit.
All right.
How would you say the social lifestyle in campus for the international students?
Well, when I got a fully funded scholarship in Al-Talam, when I was there in my final semester in my bachelor's degree, it was a very good opportunity. And when I scrolled the Google to know about the social life, it was absolutely amicable. But because I came here in 2020, in the last quarter of 2020.
The COVID
And the COVID was
pandemic.
extreme at that time. And at that time, all the classes were online. So of my master's degree, I have completed all the coursework online. So unfortunately, I was not that lucky enough to enjoy the social life in Atlam.
Yeah.
But as a general, on my experience and observation, on my vigilance, I can presumably say that its social life is extremely matchless, fascinating, not close to not perfect, but it is extremely close to perfect. With the limit, social life approaches to perfection.
Yeah.
And for the foreign students, it is one of the best place they can get benefit from.
Yeah, the foreign students, though you came at the time of the pandemic and most of the classes were online.
Not most of them, all of them.
All of them. But what about now? Is it
Now
still
all the classes are face to face in
face-to-face.
campus. Now the students are capable of enjoying and interacting with their instructors face to face to get knowledge from and to learn from their personalities, from their knowledge. And that is the main purpose of an institute, that besides academics, how it generates certain abilities, passion to serve mankind and to do big in the field of science.
So how can you say about the relationship? Because now obviously you must have seen how it is face-to-face classes. You've already met with the international student and Turkish people. How can you define the relationship between the two,
The relationship is
campus?
good.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, one thing that I have seen in Turkish students, that they want to interact with because as a foreigner, whenever I used to walk in Atlam University, a lot of foreigners approach me. And I was studying a course in my first semester of Atlam University, right back 1 year right back. And a foreign student requested me humbly that I want to improve the quality of my English. And can you please guide me? And he came to me specifically because he was very much happy and impressed by the quality of my English. And he told me that what are the steps that I should follow in order to become as proficient in English. So interaction is extremely good.
Yeah.
The students are extremely good. The students are extremely lovely. They are helpful.
Yeah.
And non-discriminative, that we are from one country and he's from another country, we don't want to talk with him, because there are certain countries in the world that are extremely profound about the discrimination.
Yeah.
There are a lot of countries in the world. Even in Asia, there are a lot of countries. But in Atlam University, I have never seen that type of discrimination. So everything is perfectly idiotic and everything is absolutely fantastic.
I think they made a balance. If it's not even just about Atlam University, I think the Turkish people are very curious. They
And
are
the reason
curious
behind
people,
this is,
yeah.
I believe that the thing that I have figured out is that Turkey is among the top 10 touristic countries in the world.
Yes.
For example, if I talk about my native country, a huge population of Pakistan comes to every month to Turkey for tourism. For example, I know a lot of people in my country, even one of my relatives visited, because from my city Lahore, we have a direct flight to Istanbul. So of PIA. So 4 flights in 1 week. And we don't require tourism visa. For example, we just come and get 15 days tourism visa at the airport. So traveling to Turkey is just like
so
a piece
easy,
of cake.
yeah.
They just need to have a COVID test, negative obviously, and then they need to purchase a return ticket, and then just travel for 5 hours to Istanbul, have a tourism, have an enjoyment, luxury with time with the family, and then they can go back to the country.
Back. It's a different ballgame for
tourism
Africans.
Needs to be kept intact only by the good relation of the people.
Yeah.
So the good relation of Turkish people is because it is one of the top 10 touristic countries, and in order to keep that things intact, these things has to be kept in shape and absolutely fit in the space and volume of that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe that's what it makes and the rate of foreigners coming to Turkey, both business, education, tourism is so big. As I was telling a friend of mine when I came to Turkey 10 years ago, in a city called Sakarya. If you have been to Sakarya, you could say that, and Sakarya is a smaller city compared to Ankara. In Sakarya, if I go to Sakarya, I still have people are curious, where are you from? They ask questions like, how old are you? In Africa, don't ask me about my age, you understand? At first, I pick offense, but I understand that They're just curious. They're curious about the foreigners, they're curious about your culture, they're curious about everything in a very good way.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
definitely,
I guess that
certainly
applies
is.
also in the
Definitely.
school as well.
Definitely. And because we have a direct flight to Istanbul and Izmir both.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming to Turkey for tourism for Pakistani people, I believe it's very, very easy.
Yeah.
Not only very easy, it's not a problem, 0% problem.
Mm-hmm.
No visa required, just purchase a ticket, come to airport, get a 15-day visa stamp and enjoy for 15 days, and then within that timeline they will go back after the tourism. So
Yeah.
being in the list of top 10 touristic countries requires amicable relations which the Turkish people have.
We broadcast Ntr Tv broadcast to 42 African countries, and this means that we have a lot of youth who are trying to improve in themselves. They're trying to try other countries for their studies. They're looking for opportunities. Africans are blessed with creative mindset, educated ones, but most of them have this financial situation, or they were influenced by their environment where it makes them feel like abroad is just for the rich people, or I can't afford to go there. Even when they can afford it, the mindset of I might not be able to make it there, or when I go there I'm gonna blow. When I say blow, it means you're gonna just be rich. No, there are no dollars on top of the tree. No. So in your position, yes, you're from Pakistan, it's easy for you to have a visa over there, and also your career, your background, you've already nurtured yourself so good. You already know that someday you will have that scholarship. You already know that you deserve it and you earn it. That's why you apply for it. Could you please advise our viewers who have interest in this field, what motivates them? Tell them something they need to believe in themselves or something. Let them overlook the fact that it was easy with visa. I know there are some other Pakistans who are finding it difficult to come to the position you are. So what can you tell our African viewers?
In order to answer this question, I will just tell one thing.
Yeah.
And besides couple of things. Fear clots, faith liberates. Doubt creates the mountain and faith tunnels through that mountain. It means that instead of getting feared that what will happen in my future, one thing that I want to share with my experience when I was doing my electronic engineering internship in Shanghai City, China. It was fully sponsored by Pakistan Engineering Council. It was a 3-month internship program I had in China. I met with the CEO of that group, and he was himself one of the renowned electronic engineers of the world.
Sorry.
He was one of the renowned electronic engineers in the world. He always tells them, successful people live in reality. Unsuccessful people live in imagination.
Yeah.
Reality means that if you have a target in your life, if you want to achieve something, then it is your responsibility to cover the prerequisites of thing. For example, if I talk about myself, I want to pursue a specialization degree, maybe a PhD degree abroad. Then it is my responsibility to cover all the criteria that is required to win that position. For example, my English. Because whenever you apply, you have a standard for English that you have to show this much score in your proficiency.
Oh yeah.
So it is the responsibility of the student to cover all those things. Now the competition in the international market is so tough that they have put age restrictions. For example, if you are above 28, it will be difficult to find a scholarship.
Yeah.
So you have to cover all the things within your age limits. If a student says, hey, I complete my bachelor's, I don't need to improve this aspect, I don't need to improve my personality, my knowledge, my grades, my English, etc. And the international opportunities will come just like a rain.
And you
I
lose
think
it.
you are living in an imagination. Reality is totally different from this.
Yeah, right.
So living in a reality, I will only advise the students that figure out your target, figure out your passion, and work hard for that passion. Besides academics, generate confidence, improve, develop those skills which will definitely boost up confidence in your personality. As confidence is not that can be purchased from the market, it is something that comes from your heart. So for that you have to develop those essential skills. You have to improve you have to ameliorate yourself, and you have to improve your transcript, your grades. You have to gain specific knowledge. You have to get a very good impression of yours in front of your teachers, because recommendation of teachers is a very essential part in that thing.
Yeah.
And all the things, for example, English language, etc., etc., all the criterias must be matched in order to win the scholarship. So the thing that I will advise the students is that figure out your target right now, and start live in 10 years after. This is the Chinese and Japanese therapy. Live 10 years after. Make a target and sketch of your future after 10 years in your mind, and figure out that how I can devise the methodology in order to achieve that target. After 10 years, inshallah, you will be at that position.
Inshallah, you'll be in that position. I love your mindset so much. That was a wonderful, deep insight. I personally take the motivation from you already. I feel like when I leave this studio, I'm flying. So, not last but not the least, we want a special thanks to Artilim University.
The pleasure is all mine. It's my heart speaks with the my heart is completely unspeakable.
Yeah.
At this moment to tell you how to pay my humblest gratitude to invite me, and to as a matter of fact, it's a very good opportunity for me to describe my views to all the viewers across the entire globe.
Yeah, thank you so much again. Can you give a special thanks to Artilim University?
Artilim University is and will be a special part in my memory, in my life, for the rest of my life. And definitely I will be in touch with all my respected teachers, my colleagues, and the bonds of friendship that I have established over here are completely irrevocable.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Amir Musa. Thank you again once more for having you on Face to Face from Ntr TV, and hopefully we have more time with you again next time. I always want to invite our guests to come back the second time, just in case maybe we have some questions from our viewers that we will send to you, and you can get to answer some of our viewers.
Definitely.
Once again, thank you so much for this program. Hello there, and we are coming to the end of this program, Face to Face, and I believe that you have learned something from his mindset, information about Artilim University, confidence, intellectual, and also determination. Determination is everything. You have to keep it happening. If you feel that you deserve and you earn, you can be in Turkey and study with Artilim University. Is possible. It's possible. You just need to have the right mindset, walk through it, and then Ntr TV is here to bring to you more information about these universities. Stay on Ntr TV. Keep watching Face to Face, and I'm still remain Esther James. See you again next time.